Hey guys, it is Tanya and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be tackling the color palette challenge, which is a build challenge that I have done before in the past, sometime last year, shortly after it came out. This was created by James Turner, and basically you're going to this site ColorMind and you're going to be using it to generate various color schemes, so you can use that for whatever you want, but we're going to be using it to inspire a color scheme on a build, which I think should be a lot of fun because I am a little bit afraid of using color in my builds. A lot of the time I like neutrals, I like blacks, whites, beiges, browns, so I thought this would be a nice way to get some more color into a build. So let's generate a color scheme. 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, okay. Okay, this is different. We're going to jump into the game and do something with this color scheme. I think this is really pretty and different. It's light colors and like pops. I think this is going to be fun. Hey guys, welcome back. I know I already said that in the video, but I recorded that first part like a week ago because I recorded that before I left for Sims camp and now I'm back home. So now we're doing this voiceover and I can talk to you guys about this build and not too much about Sims Camp. Hopefully sometime soon I can share some content, and I also vlogged the whole trip, so that'll be out too. But first, let's talk about this build. So obviously I stated in the intro that I really wanted to do another color palette challenge because I can't get away from black and brown lately. I'm just obsessed with it, and I thought the best way to get me to do some really bright, colorful house was to randomly generate a color scheme again, and I really like the color scheme I went with. It ended up being a very bright house, and I left all the footage in even though I changed the shape of it a bunch, like a lot, and I probably forgot some of what I did in this house, but it does end up being kind of a modern shape using these bright blues, yellows, and reds. Did I use the red that I just put on the screen now, like this reddish pink? It is so bright and a color I would typically not use. And of course, as soon as I saw this color scheme, I was like, this is going to be in Sulani. We're making this in Sulani. And I wanted to make a tiny house because, I mean, I gotta stay on brand, right? But I did enjoy building this. I just didn't have time to finish this voiceover before I left. But yeah, it ends up being a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom house. It has outdoor living space instead of interior, although I basically decided it was better to have the couches and stuff outside so you could enjoy the beautiful landscape around you and like the water, and the space inside I used as more of an office area. So hopefully you guys are okay with that. I think I also wrote down notes that I forgot the trash can and the mailbox and stuff until I was going to upload it to the gallery, but that stuff has been added, and this should be on the Sims 4 gallery. If you search Gryphi or the hashtag MsGryphi, that information is also in the description down below, as well as a link to the gallery website if you guys would like to download it directly from there instead. I did fiddle with these roofs for a very long time trying to figure out the color scheme for them and the orientation. I think I kept them like this though, where the color of the roof and the roof trim matched the block of the house it was on, because I was trying to color block in this house. And I'm pretty happy with how that came out. Did I switch that? Why is that roof red? I must be changing it back because I'm pretty sure I did to keep it with the blue roof over the blue part and the red roof over the red part. I guess we'll just have to watch together and find out because yeah, I'm pretty sure I did that. But I left the terrain paint like this on the lot for a long time. I didn't even notice it at first that it had random terrain paint from whatever used to be on this lot. And I just didn't fix it until way later. I find it very difficult to landscape the lots in Sulani, especially these waterfront lots. There's a couple interior lots and I'm like, oh, this looks great. There's one lot in particular I just love. You can see the water from it, but it's not on the water. And the one house that I built there, I absolutely adored landscaping, but these ones I always have trouble with. So, oh, yeah, there's the roof changed back to the blue color, and here I am deciding I want to have a covered porch out back for your Sims to go ahead and enjoy some time outside, and that ends up being yellow, and it does have like a fence on top, so it's not fully covered. It's, you know, things can get in. I believe we add some greenery on top of it, but I really like the shape I made it. I thought it was kind of interesting and different, and yeah, it was a good way to bring in some of that light yellow that we have in our color scheme, just like a very pale yellow. It's like really, really bright colors. And then, yeah, that green and that yellow are just so pale. And of course, I did the best I could with the colors that I was given and what we have in the game, because we don't have a color wheel, so we just have what we have for swatches. So I put that tree out front, which is obviously not the same color reddish pink that we have, but it is a reddish pink in itself. So that's kind of why I chose it, because I just wanted something to represent the color scheme in the landscaping. So that's kind of what that idea was. But we're just figuring out like doors and windows and stuff now. I really loved using that open window over on the left. That ends up being where the kitchen is, and it's just so pretty. I love that window so much. I pretty much only use it in Sulani though. I feel like there's got to be other locations that would work in, but I'm not really sure. But I do really love this world. I think it's so pretty, and it's been a little while since I've built here. I feel like I just couldn't stop building here as soon as Island Living came out, but then I stopped. But some of my favorite builds I've ever done are in this world, so maybe I should return to it. Of course, I'm probably going to want to build more in the university world as soon as that comes out, so it'll have to wait a little while probably. But we're just trying to figure out a floor plan in here, because I had no idea what I wanted to do with it. Because I was thinking, I have to fit a living room and a bedroom and a bathroom and a kitchen and maybe a dining area. And then I was like, no, we're going to put the living area outside. We're going to only have a toilet and a toilet and a toilet. Yep. A toilet and a shower in the bathroom. And it's going to be right outside the kitchen, so you can use the kitchen sink. I also use these counters from Parenthood, because they were they were not the perfect blue, but they are a blue. And then the stove was pretty much the perfect green. And I thought the colors in this kitchen just worked so nicely together. I never would have paired them together, or with the tile I end up using in here. Because they're like similar colors, but they're not quite the same. And it just looks a little off to me normally. But since that was the color scheme I was going for, I was like, this is perfect. Plus, I didn't realize that those greenish tiles have the blue color on them as well. So it worked out really, really well. I love that tile. It is from base game. It came with an update earlier this year, and I really, really enjoy it. And oh gosh, look at that pink rug in the kitchen. I feel like it's a mix between the two pinkish reds that we got, like the orangey one and then the more reddish color. And this pink toilet is not on our color scheme, but I just felt like it was necessary because I was trying to go to a color scheme, and that was pink. So yeah, but we added an easel in here, and then we're going to be adding a desk right under this window that you can work at. Like I said, I prioritized an office space over a living space, because a living space could be outside. So I quite enjoyed that. That means there's more activities you can do in this house if you decide to live in it. Let me see if I have written down anywhere how much this house costs. Yeah, it is 40,000 simoleons. Oh, also, I will link down below in case you want to see it, both my original color palette challenge, which I think I only did a room, and James Turner's original one, because that's where I got the idea. If you guys would like to watch those videos, those will be linked down below as well. I feel like I got a kind of similar color scheme last time, but not quite. I actually re-rolled my color scheme a few times when I was recording this, because I kept getting pretty much exactly the same as last time. And I was like, really, out of all the color schemes. I also got one that was just all black and gray and white. And I was like, that's not much of a challenge, is it? But then I got this one, and I thought this was a really fun color scheme. So happy to do that. I loved overlapping these rugs in the office space. I feel like they were the perfect colors for this color scheme, and quite enjoyed them. I don't use that rug too often, especially with the flower on it. For some reason, it's just not one that I'm drawn to. But the bright color on that top one is just so pretty. I really, really enjoyed that. And of course, adding lots of clutter over to the desk. I did enjoy adding that plant inside that broken vase from Island Living, because it looks like it's poking out through the holes in the vase, which I think is kind of cool. And I'm trying to think what bed I ended up going with, because I switched it a bunch of times. I couldn't make up my mind. I think I went with a base game one, I want to say, maybe. We'll see. I'm trying every bed, as you can see. So it's like, which one did I end up with? Yes, base game one, this one. That's what I was thinking I ended up with. And if I'm remembering correctly, I didn't have too much of the pink color in here because I thought it was a little over the top. I have just, did I keep this rug or a different one? But like, I kept it more toned down and less in your face in the bedroom, because I wanted it to be a relaxing space. I mean, So your Sims are going to sleep, not be like assaulted by color. So I definitely kept that in mind. Although I think I actually used this painting, which I never use. Did I keep that there? I want to say I do, but for some reason I never used that painting. I have no idea why. I think it's a little bit creepy. That might be why. I know I used it a lot when The Sims 4 first came out, but then I stopped and I was like, that's kind of terrifying. Like, it's a tree man. And yeah, so there. That's why. I also used these cute ottomans from Island Living. They were in the perfect swatch, and so I quite enjoyed that. And of course, adding a little bit more clutter into this room to make it a little bit more lived in. And now we're going to be working on the outdoor seating area. We end up having a TV, some seating spaces, and then I think we also add a grill and like a table and chairs. You can dine out here as well. So it ends up being a fully functional outdoor space, which I quite enjoyed, and I hope you guys do like it too. We are coming closer to the end of the video, and I feel like I'm always like, oh shoot, the video is about to end, and then I'm like, this is how you download it, please like the video, all that stuff. So I guess I'll start that now. But if you guys like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. You can also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and if you click that bell, it'll turn on notifications so you'll be notified of every single time I upload a new video. If you'd like to keep updated and know when new content's coming out and be like the first to know, that would probably be a good idea to do. But we're just going to be adding some lounge chairs out here before we head on into screenshots. I hope you guys did enjoy this and that you're looking forward to the videos to come of Discover University and my vlog of Sims Camp, because I'm very excited to get to editing and getting those out as soon as I'm able to. But thank you guys so very much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye everybody.